Hey everybody, it's Brett, your thankful carnivore. This is my wife Danielle. Hi. Otherwise known as Carnivore Art Life on Instagram, and it's time for another episode of Ask Danielle. Hello Danielle, how are you, dear?
I'm doing okay now, I can see.
Okay, somebody asked you a question about iodized salt. Do you eat salt with iodine in it, or do you take an iodine supplement?
No, I do not eat salt with iodine in it, and I take no supplements of any kind. After getting this question, I actually looked into it a little bit because I was wondering, why did they start making iodized salt anyway? So this started back in the 1920s when the military discovered that some of their recruits had thyroid problems. So, well, let's just give everybody more iodine because, yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, iodine is a necessary nutrient, but it is found in a number of foods, dairy products, and stuff like that. And then, interestingly, at the Real Salt website, they stated that the iodine in a lot of foods, though, and in the what they add to table salt, is not really very bioavailable. Now, where have we heard that before? Anyway, there is iodine in ancient seabed salts, which is mine salt, like Himalayan salt, real salt, the Celtic salt, etc. But just like other supplements, I wonder how necessary are they when you're not eating deficient foods? If you're not eating carbs and you're eating a wholly nutritious food like animal source foods, do you really need more iodine? I have never had any thyroid issues. And Brett here, however, did briefly, and he no longer has any thyroid problems since he's been on the carnivore diet. So the answer to that is no and no.
Okay. Let's see. Somebody asked a question about how you perceive your impact in the carnivore way of eating. I'm wording that very badly. Ignore that. That's just...
The question is, what do I see or notice or whatever of the impact of my carnivore lifestyle on others? I suppose people I know, people I don't know. I wish that it had more impact because I do feel like I'm kind of a, living, breathing, walking witness to how good this lifestyle is. I get a lot of compliments. Oh, you look so youthful. You look so healthy. Oh, wow, you kept off the weight that you lost. Yeah, nearly 2 years now, and I've kept off the weight that I lost within the first 2 months, and I have kept it off with no difficulty whatsoever. And I eat, on average, I feel like I eat more because I was always careful of what I ate before. When I was eating carbs, I was very careful not to eat too much. Now I don't worry about it. I eat what satisfies me and I don't worry about it. So I wish I had more impact other than just getting compliments. I wish people would think to themselves, maybe I ought to do this. But sadly, most of the time I hear from people that it's too difficult or it's too extreme or whatever. Well, you won't know unless you actually try. And even if all you can manage is low carb, you should at least do that.
I agree completely. Let's see. We got one more question. I understand. Actually, I don't understand. I saw her do it. She made up a really huge batch of puppy food for Baron.
Yes, I did.
And why don't you tell folks what went into that little concoction?
I made nearly 30 pounds. I made about 28 pounds of the puppy food. And since we are kind of on a budget and the money is not unlimited, he doesn't eat steaks. He eats a combination of, I bought a whole pork shoulder at like $1 a pound. It had very little bone in it, so I think I only lost maybe a pound of that. I bought a package of chicken breasts that had been marked down, and I put chicken feet and chicken necks. I also put beef kidney, and there was beef liver. And now you can switch things around, but they do. And I also use probably about 7 pounds of canned salmon. So this is plain old canned salmon. It's a couple of bucks a pound at Walmart, and they have it at the IGA and probably some other places. And I wouldn't eat it myself. It really smells like cat food. But when I open that can, the cat and the dog go berserk. They love it. So so I cut it all up in pieces and I put it all together. And he gets a couple of chicken necks and a couple of chicken feet per day to satisfy the bone quantity necessity. And I went, and there's a lot of websites out there, but the one I went to was sorry, I can't remember right now.
Dane Bramage.
Yeah, Dane Bramage. Too many years of eating carbs and
damage.
working with chemicals.
She's scarred on the inside just like me, only in different places.
It's something about, just Google, raw puppy food, because he's a puppy. So you have to, calculate how much he needs to eat by weight based on what his adult size will be. We estimate he will probably be around 60 pounds as an adult. So he eats 1 pound per day divided into 2 meals.
And he can inhale it in about 45 to 60 seconds or less.
There's some sites that recommend, only feed them one kind of meat at a time, but I thought, well, if he doesn't like it, he either won't eat it, he'll barf, or there'll be some other sign that it isn't good, but he loves it. He has no digestive issues at all. He poops regularly. And he's a very healthy dog. He gained 8 pounds since his last vet visit, and he now weighs 24 and a half pounds. And he's approximately 14 weeks old, and he's great. So,
listen, we appreciate you all taking time out of your day to listen to Danielle answer questions and for me to make mistakes.
And for me not to look at the camera.
Yeah, and we appreciate it very much. And if you have any other questions for Danielle, please include them in the comments, and we will get to them the next time we get together to Ask Danielle. Take care.